Welcome, everybody. It is the official kickoff of Season 5 of the WOFF Podcast. So if you're here to watch No Pun Intended, which is typically here at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays, we apologize, but we're not sorry because the ladies are taking over and they're kicking some serious ass. As I mentioned, this is Season 5. One of our co-hosts, Kelly Singh, is interviewing one of my favorite follows in the sports industry, Gabby Goudy from FanDuel. And be sure to stick around to the very end because we're giving away a couple jerseys. And thanks to everybody for helping us set a new record for most money raised in the first week of our raffles. Stay tuned.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Gabb. Welcome and welcome to everybody here. This is Season 5, as Josh mentioned. Faith isn't going to be able to be here with us today, but the purpose is, as Josh said, we're hearing the voices of women. We have here with us Gabby Goudy. She's also going to be announcing the winner of that raffle. So as Josh mentioned, be sure to stay around. Benefiting Galvanize, which sends women to media boot camp. I don't know about you, Gabb, but I had never even considered or heard of a media boot camp until recent years. Is this like a new thing?
I think so, but it's a good thing.
It's such a good thing. I mean, like, I want to go.
Yeah, right?
I want to go and hang out with all of those people. You have 2 Twitter accounts running now.
Oh, I do.
The traditional classic Gabby Goudy. Tell us about your second Twitter account running.
Well, I made a second Twitter account. People like to say it's like a burner. It's not a burner. My face is all over there. My name is all over there. My Instagram's on there. There's photos of myself. I just made it because I feel like on my regular Twitter account, I talk about baseball on there sometimes, but I feel like most of the people that follow me are there for football. I mean, everybody's here for football. So I made a second account where I could spam tweet baseball takes about my baseball team and not annoy everyone. But people keep following that one anyways. I'm like, if you guys unfollow this one, that's fine. I'm just here to just yap, basically.
Just yap. I think the yapping's amazing. I use my everyday Twitter handle just to yap. One time somebody asked me, like, who are you creating content for? And I'm like, me?
Myself. Like, who else?
I really enjoy it.
Right.
Well, let's talk about this. How long have you lived in Cleveland? Your whole life?
No, I moved to Cleveland in 2020. I've lived in Ohio my whole life.
Okay.
I've lived in Ohio my entire life, but in Cleveland, in downtown, I've been here since 2020.
2020. Okay.
Yeah.
I have family in Ohio, so I'm pretty familiar with the Ohio area. Ohio's a good place. I feel like people like give Ohio a hard time. Do you feel like that too? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there's different things about Ohio, you know, like if you're in a rural part of Ohio, not like it's a bad place to be. Personally, I just wouldn't be there. But there's things for everyone there. But if you go to like a city, if you go to Cleveland, I think it's different than people think it is.
I agree. I agree.
What to do?
There's so much to do. I mean, between Cleveland and then go south to Cincinnati, there are so many things.
Columbus too, right in the middle. Yep.
Goodness. People, Ohio's not that bad, especially because Gabb's there.
Right. I'm here. We'll have a good time. I promise you it's not as scary as everyone says it is.
It's
really
really
gonna venture
not.
out a little.
Have you always been a big sports fan because you follow every single one of Cleveland's teams? Is that just for work or also pleasure?
Well, it used to be just for pleasure, but now I feel like it's just for work at this point.
Yeah.
But I've watched Cleveland sports my whole life.
And you're at baseball, you're at basketball, you're at football, you're at all the things. You enjoy every single one of them? You have a favorite?
So it's really funny actually because my favorite sport to watch is football. To
Mhm.
watch, I'll go NFL, NBA, MLB. But my teams to watch, it'll go Guardians, Cavs, and the Browns are like way at the bottom. But
Way at the
you guys can't blame me for that one. Can't blame for that one because we've been through some things with that team.
There have been some things. There are receipts for all those things.
Yeah, I mean, like the list is long. The list is really long. Why?
I really love watching your baseball content because I personally don't love baseball, but I love going to baseball parks.
Yeah.
I mean, I recently got to go to a Dodgers game with girls. Some of the other girls in the space, we gathered up, headed to a
Awesome.
Dodgers game. And of course, I'm trying to find the stadium food and a hot dog and all of that. I didn't find anything as exciting as just the plain hot dog with ketchup, but I think you saw that. And how do you find this stuff? How are you finding this stadium food?
Well, a lot of the accounts, like the baseball accounts this season, have been posting all the crazy things that they've been adding. So that's been really helpful and that's been really cool. But another resource that I've been using is TikTok because I feel like people, when they go to the games, they make what I ate at a whatever game, what I did at this, and then they include it with the price and everything. So it's been pretty easy. Also, if you guys don't know, MLB app, well, ballpark app, not MLB app, the ballpark app, which is my favorite out of all
Writing it down.
sports. Which like adds your tickets and stuff. Each stadium has a map. Like like an interactive map, and it has every single food item that they have, and it shows you the price of them, where you can find it, and it's really useful and really fun. So I use that a lot too to look at different stadiums and see what they have.
Okay, you guys heard it here first. Maybe not. I'm probably the last person to know, but I'm really excited about this because I travel so much for work. I want to be able to find these things.
The ballpark app is great. Like they'll show you the players' walk-up songs. They'll do everything on there.
That is so much fun. So the Cardinals just launched a bunch, like 50 new stadium items. And there were already some really interesting dogs that I was getting excited about. But now there's some ice cream, cotton candy, cereal, burrito.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just for the likes.
I don't like sweets, which is really unfortunate because I feel like there's a lot of sweet treats at baseball games, a lot of things like that at football games, basketball games, and I don't like candy. I don't like ice cream. I don't like chocolates. I don't like sweets, but I still would try it just to try it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, can someone else buy it and then I just take a bite of it?
I just want a photo of it. That's all I want.
Like, look, it's diabetes. I don't know. It looks so much sugar. Oh my gosh. But you had a hot dog with cereal on it the other day.
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
It's not bad. Like, it's honestly not bad. It's for people that don't know what it is. It's called a slider dog. You can get it at a Guardians game. There's mac and cheese on it. It's a hot dog, mac and cheese, bacon on top, like crumbled bacon, and then there's Fruit Loops. And I don't really like the taste of Fruit Loops themselves. And I don't know if I like them on the hot dog, but everything else on it is good. So it's not bad.
I mean, it's hard to go wrong. If you really like hot dogs, I think it could be hard to not like most of them.
Right.
I really like hot dogs. That's really the only reason I like to go to baseball games is hot dogs and beer.
I mean, those are two of the best things there, so I don't blame you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk. I'm going all off course, everybody, by the way. How did you first get into sports betting? Even before FanDuel?
Well, I had a couple friends. I went to school. I was going to grad school in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania sports betting was legal way even whenever that was in like 2019-ish. And it was legal. And all my guy friends, they were doing it. I was like, oh, what is this? What are you guys doing? And then they showed me. And then I just started doing it with them. And I remember we were like betting on the Super Bowl, the 49ers and the Chiefs. That's how long ago it feels like. I mean, that doesn't seem that long ago, but like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
and then that just snowballed or?
I think not really. I dabbled into it. I didn't go full send into it first. I was still just talking about sports, talking about my team, just posting on my own about different sports takes. People probably thought I was crazy, but I was doing it anyways.
And then one day you're like, I'm just going to go approach FanDuel, or did they approach you?
So they actually approached me, and at this time I was just working a regular job. I used to work in a lab, and I was just
What?
working.
Wait,
Yeah, I
stop.
used to be.
Tell about the lab.
Okay, so I went. My background is not in sports, not in social media. It's not like PR, marketing, anything like that. I went to school for biochemistry. I graduated with a biochem degree. Like I was gonna go to grad school for optometry, and I realized I don't want to touch anyone. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to be anywhere near blood. I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I had to figure out something else. Then I went to a grad school program that did like sustainability and green chemistry. Then I started working in a lab, and that's when I started posting about sports on the internet. And I just did it because like my day-to-day job was, I wouldn't say it was boring, but it was just like repetitive, and it's science, and I don't talk to anyone when I'm there. So just doing it for fun. And then people started reaching out. And now here I am. Sorry, that was a long rant.
No, that is not. I'm like mesmerized because I had no idea. One, that you had, this education in chemistry degrees, then you're working in a lab, and the next thing you know, you're posting about sports. And that is when FanDuel contacted you, or you contacted them? Where did that happen?
They contacted me. They contacted me like 2019-ish, but then we like didn't talk for a while, and then we started talking again, and they're like, "Hey, have you ever thought about doing this as a job?" And I was like, "No, not really. No, I haven't thought about doing this as a job." And then we tried it out for a little bit, just some part-time things, and then now here I am.
Now here you are. It's literally probably a lot of people's favorite part of their day is checking out, one, what you're betting on,
Oh God.
two, who you're like putting out to dry, and three, just what you're up to traveling. Those are my three favorite things. Like, who's on blast, where are we at today, and what are we betting on?
Yeah, those are three things I like to do often.
Then also, what is with people being like the whole like, "Oh, you're fat" comments, and then you're just like, "Hi, what is wrong with people?" And
I think that a lot of like, no offense to men, this isn't all men, but it's always a man that's saying it. No offense, guys. I just think a lot of people are just really unhappy with what they're doing with their day to day, or they have some kind of like weird kink where they love to just like shame people and then they love to get bullied back. One of the two, and that's why they do it.
Just the way that you handle it is so good. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to say anything to this person, or I'm going to say something and it's going to not be a clap back. It's just going to be like their mom telling them to stop. So yeah. I love the way that you do it, and we should all take notes. Where do you just like witty that way? Did it just come to you and you're like, I'm just gonna
if I see one and I think of something instantly, then I'm gonna do it. If not, I'm just gonna act like I never saw it. Don't worry, there's a bunch that go unnoticed. Well, I notice them, but everybody else doesn't. There's a bunch, but when I think of something good, I'll do it. So if anyone ever says anything to you and it's mean, just send it to me.
Okay.
And then I'll have something to say back.
Okay, you guys. Now you better watch out.
Send them to me. I'll be your ghostwriters. Like I'll be the ghostwriters of the women in sports. Like if you really need a clapback, just DM it to me. I'll do this as a free service, and I'll give you something good to say.
That is like valuable community service right there. I love scrolling through your Twitter today to try and figure out, what are those things that I jumped out at me that I want to talk to her about. You have pinned at the very top, the best day ever All-Star game. Tell us about the best day ever.
Well, MLB All-Star is my favorite event to attend. I've been to 3. 1 as a fan, 2 working. And I know MLB doesn't get a lot of things right. I know they don't market the players the way that they should. They just do a lot of things that they shouldn't do. But for some reason, the All-Star game is really, really good. And they absolutely crush that every single time. And it's amazing. I just don't know what else to say about it. It's fun. It's really fun for the fans. Yeah. You get a lot of interaction with the players. You get a lot of access to the players. And all the players there are super nice and awesome to be around as well. It's a really great experience.
And it's probably, you sit there, as I've sat at like NFL draft or whatever, and you're just like, I can't believe that I'm sitting here in this press room or that this person's standing next to me while I'm asking them a question. Do you still feel like that at these type of events?
I've gotten a little better about it. I used to be, oh my gosh, I remember my first event where I had to interview people. I was so nervous because again, I never had like a media background. I didn't know what I was doing. They just threw me out there and they're like, oh, good luck, just try. I've gotten a lot better at it. I feel a lot better in these situations. However, I was so nervous to talk to Josh Naylor. I was so nervous to talk to him. And he was probably the nicest person that I spoke to the entire weekend. But I was nervous. He's intimidating. And he's like one of my favorite players.
I think that's what makes it more intimidating is when it is somebody who you follow and you watch they're playing. And when it's somebody that you just know of, then it's like, oh, that's cool. You have time for a few questions. I don't know, it just feels different. At least for me.
Yeah. No, seriously.
The other thing I saw, you would post of the pajamas, the USA basketball. Did you buy the pajamas?
No, I didn't buy them, but I want to buy them. I should buy them.
Buy them.
You should buy them.
I think they're
But it was on like a weird, like, you know how you get those weird links on Instagram?
Oh,
yeah. If it's like a real deal or not. I guess I'll try. We'll see if I get scammed or not, though.
Maybe we should just Google and see like how many different types of pajamas come up.
Yeah.
And then we'll know it's real
from there.
Yeah. There are a lot of weird knockoff sites on Instagram now that you bring that up. Okay. Now we know that you're into sports betting, but do you play in a fantasy football league?
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie here. I do, but I feel like I wouldn't say I'm bad at fantasy football. But I just forget about my team.
Yeah.
I neglect my team. I forget about them. Sometimes I forget to swap out the lineups. I feel like I have so many on Sundays. I have so many things going on anyways, so many things throughout the week. And sometimes it slips my mind. I am the worst fantasy football player ever, not by who I pick. It's literally just myself.
You know, I can relate, definitely. Best ball. Now we need to rope you into a bunch of best ball. Does FanDuel offer best ball? I can't even remember. I don't even know.
I think that they do. I do like daily fantasy.
Daily fantasy is good.
I like daily fantasy. I like daily fantasy a lot.
Daily fantasy is fun. Do you do segments on daily fantasy or content on daily fantasy too?
No, I do not. But I want to be good at it. But I know like I've been to the FanDuel's daily fantasy like tournaments. These people are crazy. I don't know how they do it. They're just one, they're super rich now, so congrats to them. Two, I don't know how they do it, but I'm trying my best.
It takes so much time because I will do articles each week on daily fantasy, just like core picks, which to me is like the easiest part is to lay out almost like the best. You need to play these people. And then the rest is up to you.
whatever money you got left, you got to work with it. But these are the ones I'm telling you.
Exactly. But I would love to be able to say, like, here are my 125 lineups this week. And they're all
right. Like, how do people do it? Do they have like a simulator? I don't understand. They're really so locked in and I'm not that locked in.
There are tools out there. You plug in your players, it spits them out. I do not feel like I have the time, but there are some dedicated DFS players out there for sure.
One time I won $100 on daily fantasy. That was a great thing.
That is so exciting.
I spent 25 cents and I won 100.
That's amazing. I love when that kind of stuff happens. For me, it also is pretty rare, but I love it. It's very exciting. But what are your favorite types of sports betting? Like, I love a good parlay. I feel like you can pick out what you really know and make it grow. But how do you go about it?
God, I do love a good parlay. I do love to press a lot of buttons. You know, sometimes you have to do it just $1 for fun to see what happens. It never happens, but sometimes you have to do it. Right now, my favorite bet to place, live at bats for baseball. I love to bet on players to strike out. And sometimes it's really easy to do so. Like, no offense, but you can like the matchups. Sometimes you'll see like this guy is like 1 for 21 against this pitcher with like 10 strikeouts. Yeah, I'm going to bet his first 2 at bats to strike out. You're probably going to make some money there.
I love that so much because I do similar live betting in football. And it is something that you have to really know. So typically it's my home team, the Cardinals or the Ravens, who I follow very closely. It's a player I'm super familiar with. I know they're either going to get intercepted, they're going to drop the ball, something very obvious is going to happen, and it's fun. It is.
Yeah, it is. It is fun.
Bet
I
what
mean, like
you
anytime
know.
touchdown parlays too, those are really fun.
Yes. I just feel anytime I give any kind of betting advice, it is always bet what you know, bet what you love. Because otherwise I don't know, it feels too scary for me, and it's not as fun.
Right. I
But that's
agree.
just me. I backtracked a little bit. We were talking a hot minute about the Team USA pajamas. You've been following the Olympics. What's your favorite Olympic sport?
Oh, it's gymnastics. It's easily gymnastics. I think that's like almost everyone's favorite Olympic sport.
I think so too. Also, the drama that comes along with it is pretty amazing.
And the girls we have for Team USA, they're all incredible. They're all so cool and they're so fun to watch.
They are, and they have such different personalities, yet they all work so well together. The diversity, I think, is amazing on this year's team. Because if you look back at like the 90s or whatever, it's like a bunch of white Midwestern maybe girls, it feels like. I don't know.
Right. Now we get a little bit of everything, and they're all incredible and everything. Like each girl on the podium, they had a crazy story to how they got there.
It's amazing to me. And then even the men got some spotlight this year, which isn't usual. And when you talk about marketing and branding, and Pommel Horse Glasses guy, like he's everywhere now.
Yeah.
And they don't even have to say his name, show his picture, just like his glasses hanging on the little thing. I love that. Also, I work in marketing, so it makes me excited, but gymnastics for sure. We do have some questions coming through. Josh, do you want to throw out Gator J? What ballpark has the best food, Gabby?
Oh, it's Camden Yards by far. I haven't been to all the ballparks, so this is just from the ones I've been, but Camden Yards is the best that I've been to.
What did you love?
They had a great mac and cheese with crab on top hot dog. That was so good. They had another hot dog that had like a little crab salad with potato sticks and Old Bay on top. That was really good. I had oysters at the ballpark, and I know people are going to say oysters at the ballpark. We're in Baltimore, guys. You can do that. You're allowed to do that there.
For sure. I mean, I haven't been to Camden Yards, but I've been to the M&T Bank Stadium and similar style food, but the brisket, the crab, the Old Bay, give it to me on everything. Oh my gosh, I love that. Camden Yards, everybody. I will go in on that by default because next door.
Yeah.
Works. Next question from our audience. Zach, FF Chalupa Batman, what's your favorite interview so far?
Oh, my favorite interview so far. I don't want to like just say Josh Naylor because that just happened, but that was incredible. I don't know. Justin Jefferson was really, really nice and really cool. Yeah, that was one of my favorites, to be honest. That was probably one of my first I've ever done. I was so scared, but he was so nice.
He seems like he would be really nice.
Yeah, he was really, really nice.
Do you find that I think I found that everybody, I can't think of an interview or a person that I've even bumped into at an event that hasn't been nice. You don't have to name anybody, but has somebody been not nice?
Yeah, I've had plenty of not nice.
Ew.
That's fine. It's fine though. Like sometimes you'll catch someone on a bad day. Sometimes I have bad days too, so I'm not going to hold that against them. But I've definitely been around some people that have not been very nice. That's okay. Sometimes even people that are paid to be there and they're not nice. But again, we don't all have great days. So.
We don't. That is such a good perspective because if something like that happened to me, and I'm sure it probably will at some point, I think I'd feel really upset.
Yeah,
Like sad.
Yeah, I was honestly there was one that really, really upset me, and I thought about it for a very long time, and then I had to interview them again like a year later, but they were so kind the next time. Like it was crazy. They were
So
really, really nice.
it just
So
changed your whole perspective
right.
probably then. Yeah. That's great. I love that. What else do we have here? I saw another one. We have a question from there we go. Thanks, Josh. Hoove, are you coming to the expo? The fantasy?
No, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to my grandma's birthday party this weekend.
Grandma's birthday party trumps the Fantasy Football Expo for sure.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of fun if you popped in one of these times.
I've never been to it, but I know people get really excited for it.
People do get really excited for it. I go for work and also to support women of fantasy football. And it is a good time, I'm not going to lie, because you get to see all these people that you interact with on a regular basis. I would good and bad.
Do you guys stay in Canton?
Good. What was that?
You stay in Canton for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is a really good time though, because the people, I don't know about you, but I try and curate at least the things that I engage with, and it's mostly positive. I mean, obviously we've talked about the clapback. There are things that you can't avoid seeing, but for the most part, I'm like, oh, yay, I get to see this person.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, do you want to throw up another one, Josh? We have quite a few little questions. Aiyuk potentially headed to Cleveland.
I feel like it's not going to happen.
Like Steelers seem pretty confident.
No, I feel like Cleveland's just been mentioned for some leverage and trying to get the Steelers to bump up what they're doing. I don't know. I don't see Brandon Aiyuk going to the Browns, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. You know, we've seen crazier things happen before.
We have seen crazier things happen before. I just happened to catch a clip of Mike Tomlin and his face just like spilled the tea, it felt like. I'll just let you guys speculate on that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think he'll go to Cleveland?
I just felt after seeing that Tomlin clip that he was just like, oh yeah, he's coming to the Steelers for sure. But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just have to see with that.
It's a secret. Definitely a secret. I was thinking about stadiums. Josh, you're gonna have to throw this in because I forgot to write this one down because it just popped in my head. WrestleMania. Was it WrestleMania?
SummerSlam.
I
don't know the difference between any of them, but I was there.
But it was fun.
Oh my God, I had so much fun. It was a blast. I didn't think it was going to be bad. So don't take this as me saying I thought it was going to be bad, but it was just way more fun than I thought it was going to be.
I used to love wrestling. I'm much, much older than you are. And it was huge in the 90s and the early 2000s. And I actually grew up watching it. And then sometime in my 20s, I'm like, I'm going to go to a live event. And I went to one and I had a lot of fun, but then I didn't want to watch it on TV anymore. It wasn't the same.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch it on TV, but the experience in the stadium was really cool.
Yeah, it looks the one I went to, it was loud, lots of lights.
Yeah, it was loud.
Everybody's excited and screaming. I'm sure your experience in today's age, then there's also a whole food and drink concept involved too. But did you know any of the wrestlers or did you get to see any of the wrestlers?
I didn't know like any of them, but like it was cool to like learn their stories and the different backgrounds for the matches. That was really cool to see. I found out a lot. I started with zero knowledge and I left with a little bit.
I think that's probably the best part because then maybe if you get an invite to another event, you're like, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
we'll go again.
There again.
Maybe we'll see some FanDuel odds on WWE. Do we have any more? I think we have a couple. We have some more questions, Josh. All right. Who's your favorite
You.
baseball player?
I have a lot of favorite baseball players. I mean, Andres Jimenez, I love him. Josh Naylor, love him. David Fry. I mean, I could just go down the whole entire Guardians team. Clase, great. Maybe Fernando Tatis Jr., great. If you play for the Yankees, though, you're on my list of players I don't like. But if you play for any other team, also the Twins, don't like anyone on there. But any of the other teams, sure, they're great.
Any of the other ones. Do any of your favorite players also hold your favorite walk-up song? No.
No.
When we
But
went to,
love them.
you love them regardless of their walk-up song. On ladies' night, happened to be ladies' night accidentally the night we went to a Dodgers game a couple weeks ago, and one of the players, this is how I was not even paying attention, did Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You."
Oh, that's great.
I'm like, that's amazing. This man is playing to his audience right now.
I love that.
We got another question from Hoove. Can you review
1330? I've never been there.
River?
I've never been there, but I know the people that own it, and it seems like it's a great place. I feel like a lot of people go. It has a nice view, a nice outdoor patio place. They used to like have a charcuterie board night and play The Bachelor on TV, so that's a plus. That's something you're into. I don't know. People like it though. I've never been, but people seem to like it.
There you go, Hoove. People like it. Maybe he's trying it out tomorrow, Gabb. Drop by if you're not busy.
Okay, I'll pack my bags. I'll be there.
Hoove is a doll. I can attest to that for sure. Next, Quentin again. Favorite former Cardinals employee.
Oh my God, it's Q. It's you. You are my favorite Cardinals employee of all time. You're the only one that I know, really, but you're still my favorite.
Oh no, Q. I am gonna say I was heartbroken. I must tell you. You are missed. You are loved.
Now he's partying in Miami, having fun at Popeyes.
Partying it up. That was a day, I will say for sure. That was a day. Man, way to bring it down. I'm just kidding. You know what? Q, pop in there. Tell us in the chat, what is your favorite part of Miami so far? What's going on in Miami? We need to know.
Probably a lot.
We've got another question from Zach. Thoughts on new proposed Browns indoor stadium?
It looks really cool. The look of everything, it looks really cool. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the location of it, but whatever. I'm not making these decisions. It's not my choice. I really like the stadium being downtown, but if they're going to move it out there and like do a bunch of cool things and build up around that, that's going to be nice too. The stadium itself looks like it's going to be incredible. I think having an indoor stadium is for the best.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's Cleveland, it's football weather. You need football weather." When has the weather ever helped or hurt the team in any way besides what they've already done to themselves?
I mean,
like, nothing's helping them, so might as well try that.
That's true. I just feel like they get used to, where they're playing regardless. But I love what Q's popped in the chat here. His favorite part of Miami not being at training camp. Yeah, it's been a bit toasty, I will say. It's been a bit toasty. Have you been to training camp for the Browns at all?
Yeah, I went on Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday, I think. Yeah, I went on Sunday.
Do the Browns play another team for warm-ups? Are they one of those kinds of teams?
They weren't for this one. Sometimes they have before. They've done like the Eagles, I think. Maybe the Lions. I don't know. They've done it before, but they weren't this time. Yeah,
the Cardinals have just scrimmage amongst themselves. But the Browns, I know you said they're not your favorite. They've been through a lot. But I did see a couple clips, I think somewhere, David Njoku.
Yep.
Man, that is a quality man right there, I will say.
I literally only gave one fantasy football take last year. One singular one. And I said, David Njoku will have a great season.
And he scored 6 touchdowns, tied for second among other tight ends. Great season. Have you gotten up close and personal with him?
Yeah, I've interviewed David before. He's great.
Okay, you need to vouch for me. Like, tell people what I know. He smells good. Like,
yeah, I mean, have you guys seen him? It's David Njoku. What can't the man do?
He's
incredible.
Beautiful. He's an incredible athlete, and he smells freaking amazing.
Yeah, he's the best, guys. I mean, he's literally the best.
I felt like such a mom, though. He asked, I don't know if you heard the story. He asked me for directions at Super Bowl Media Week, and I ended up walking him from the Mandalay Bay parking lot to the media row. And his handler's like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "I'm with Kelly from Women of Fantasy Football." And I'm like,
I love that.
But I could not get over how he smelled. And now everybody, when I say we're picking tight ends, David Njoku smells amazing.
Yeah, that's the best reason why you guys should pick him. Duh, of course.
Duh. Mark Andrews may be my boyfriend, but I don't know how he smells. I haven't gotten that close to him.
I've never met Mark Andrews, so I can't tell you about that one.
Do you have, well, before we wrap this all up, do you have any predictions for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams is going to be awesome.
I mean,
my prediction.
That's your prediction? It feels like such an unknown.
I know, and I feel like people are actively rooting against him, and I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that because you guys are rooting against him for some dumb reasons, and if he turns out to be good, it's going to make a lot of people mad, and it's going to make me laugh.
I hope he paints his nails.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they're pink the first game.
Yeah, me too. I really do. I do see one more question here. We'll squeeze this one in from Vince here. Ladies, we all know Trey McBride is the tight end one this season. Is he in a tier of his own? I don't know. He's
up here. He's like off the screen. He's going to be so good.
He's got a healthy Kyler. He's very talented.
I met him. He was very nice. So
you met him too? Yeah. I only got to ask him a question from afar, but maybe I'll get in there this year. We love Trey McBride also for his just community involvement and being an advocate. So that alone puts him in a tier of his own. Somebody asked me Mark Andrews or Trey McBride. There was actually an article about it. I pick Mark Andrews over Trey McBride, but just a smidge because we already know Mark Andrews is elite. He's healthy. He's got Lamar, who's healthy. Trey McBride, we know he did great. Kyler's healthy. It's going to be good. It's going to be close, but there's just this extra elevated level with the Ravens. I know. Plus, he's so cute.
Mark Andrews.
Well, Gabb, thank you so much for joining us. I could just keep talking, and I looked at the clock and I'm like, holy smokes, we're like having a time up in here. I know you have things to do, but we have a giveaway. Would you like to stay with us and announce the raffle winners?
Yeah, whatever you need me to do, I got it.
That would be fantastic. Josh, do you want to hop in and handle the raffle?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm sitting here like dying laughing in the background. I love these interviews because you just get to see a completely different side of women in this industry, and you just realize that they're just people, and that's fantastic. And I love this because that's really what we all are in this industry. So
I'm not people. Let me unzip.
I don't know. I feel like people. I don't know. I feel like people are afraid of me, and then they're like, "Oh, you're not actually scary. You're kind of lame." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
You know what? I like kind of lame. I'll be kind of lame with you any day.
Come on. All right. So getting ready to give away some goodies. All right. So we have.
Wait. Do we have time for a last minute entry? Like a fast, quick, or no?
I've already closed it.
Dang. Sorry, Q. Next Wednesday, you can tune in. Keep watching the feed for the next raffle.
Yeah, so what I do is we debut the shows at 7, and so I cut the raffles at 6, so I have at least an hour to kind of go through and compile all the names and lists and all that good stuff. So, but the first thing I want to announce is that we hit a new week 1 record this year. We raised $875 just from ticket sales for these 2 jerseys. So if people are new to this program and kind of unaware of what these shows are about, we do these raffles to benefit an organization called Galvanize from Laura Oakman. She's an NFL on Fox Sports reporter. And what Galvanize does is the reason she created it was to give women in sports media the types of tools that she did not have when she was first breaking into this industry. So she sets up boot camps and stuff through different sports franchises. She's done baseball ones. She predominantly does football because that's what she reports on. But a lot of great stuff that Galvanize puts on. And we were able to help 4 different women attend these boot camps this summer, 2 with the San Francisco 49ers and then 2 with the Washington Commanders this year. So extremely excited about that. So let me see if I can find my jerseys real quick. All right. So the first one we're going to give away is the signed Jalen Waddle jersey. We had 73 entries on this. So I'm very excited to hit this wheel. And Gabby, you gonna announce the winner for us?
Yeah, I got it. If I don't know how to say it, you guys got to help me out.
It's okay. Whee! Who gets it? Woo!
James, how do I say this last name?
Little.
Like
Chicken Little.
James Little. Woo! Jalen Waddle. Love that.
There you go. Love that for him. All right. Next up, let me pull up the next screen here. This is always so much fun trying to sift through all this stuff. All right. And then the next one is our signed Garrett Wilson jersey. We had over 100 entries on this, which I'm very excited about because I'm in the NYCSFB division. So I got a few people from there to pitch in on this one. So I'm happy about that. So, all right. Spinning away. We had one person, by the way, buy 30 tickets for this jersey.
30. Woo.
Yeah. Wow, they were very interested.
And that would be who won the jersey.
Yes. Woo. He did 30?
He was.
Nice.
He was the one that bought
Perfect.
30 tickets. So shout out Dennis for winning another one. He's definitely one of our most frequent raffle ticket purchasers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Big supporter.
Shout out to Dennis for always being supportive of everything that we do here with women in fantasy football. So that's the good stuff for this week. So
it is. I wanted to say big thanks to Gabb for agreeing. At first I thought I just asked her really early in the summer, and then I looked back and I realized I asked her in like February because I was so stoked.
Like, yeah, of course, duh.
I'm like, okay, I'll reach out to you in 6 months. But thank you so much for joining us. I mean, every year this has been such a fun event for me. This is my 3rd season of the 5 seasons. And some of the people that we've interviewed, you're among one of the favorite. And I felt myself getting kind of sweaty.
Oh my God, stop it.
I've been just really excited to spend some time with you. And next time I'm at an event, I won't be afraid to come and say hello.
Yeah, definitely. I promise you guys, I'm not scary. I'm just mean to men sometimes. That's all this.
Well, now we have a rapport.
I love it.
And I'm going to be sending you anytime I need a clap back.
Yeah, you tell me and I'm there instantly.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we need to get a course set up. And I'm just going to have Gabby curate
what
it for
to say
women
back
in
when
fantasy. I think
someone
that's
hurts your
fantastic.
feelings.
Yes. That would be fantastic.
Well, anybody who's watching, we have this show happen every Wednesday throughout the month of August, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. No, I'm lying. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And you will have my counterpart, Faith, next week hosting. Josh, who do we have on deck next week?
So next week, we have Drew Jones from Galvanize. She's also a former reporter with the Bleacher Report, but she's actually covered the last 2 Super Bowls with Galvanize. So super excited about that. And then we also have a friendly face from Club Fantasy and Women of Fantasy Football, Renee. She co-founded Freak NFL and On the Field FF. And we actually helped send her to Super Bowl coverage as part of WOFF with you. And then she covered the NFL draft for Women in Fantasy Football as well this year. So really excited to get her on for to talk about those experiences and everything that she's trying to accomplish here in the sports industry. And
in
we've got two
Spanish.
Yes, that's also really exciting. So, and then we have 2 more jerseys to give away. So we're kicking off. The jerseys are live. You can head over to womenoffantasyfootball.com and start buying your raffle tickets now. We are giving away a signed Marshall Faulk Rams jersey. Going a little old school on that one. And then a signed Bijan Robinson Falcons jersey.
Nice.
So you can, as I mentioned, head over to womenoffantasyfootball.com. You can click on any of those images. It'll take you over to the raffle page. We'll be posting here on social media as well. And everything goes towards the WOFF Galvanize Scholarship Fund. And we're off to a really good start this year. So let's keep the momentum going.
I thought of one more thing. I'm so sorry. And then I promise we can go. A new partnership between Trophy Smack and Women of Fantasy Football. We have launched a new collection called Ladies League. You can find it by visiting trophysmack.com/WOFF. Click more in the nav, Ladies League. You'll see a brand new rose gold belt and some ladies, female forward design images, graphics, where we're typically seeing dudes with championship belts and rings. We've got some just some more femininity happening, but you don't have to shop from that collection. trophysmack.com/WOFF. You can buy anything and you will help to benefit Women of Fantasy Football. And I read that the proceeds from August will also go to Galvanize. So go and help the cause. You
got it. We have the links in the description on both YouTube feeds as well as Facebook. You can click those links. It'll take you right over to trophysmack.com and shop away.
Don't forget the /WOFF.
There you go. All right. Closing it out, Kelly.
That's all I got.
That's it. All right. Gabby, thank you so much. This was such a joy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. See you till next week.
Bye.